Hello, fellow Sudokans, and welcome to Zen and the Art of the Guardian Sudoku puzzle for Wednesday, the 10th of November 2021. It's an early morning start for me here. Let's get on with our medium level puzzle in a moment. Before I just mention yet again the climate news is not good, despite a few days ago all of the leaders sounding optimistic on what they're going to do. In actual fact, it's when the data has been analyzed, it looks like the temperature rise will be 2.4 degrees by the end of this century, as opposed to the previously agreed Paris Accord of 2 degrees. And even that was not good enough because the target ought to be 1.5 degrees. So as you can see, we are not doing that well. Okay, let's explain the rules of the game. If you've never played Sudoku before, we have numbers in rows across 9 squares. We fit numbers 1 to 9 in each of those squares across. We have columns down, and we fit numbers 1 to 9 in those columns down, and we have these sections or segments or blocks or whatever you want to call them, which also have numbers 1 to 9. Oh, it's noisy traffic this morning. What are you doing up so early? Okay, and so the way that we find these numbers usually is by understanding that a number can fit once only in its row, column, or its block. And so usually at this point I tell you the first number, and I'm going to tell you now, and if you've just joined this channel for the first time, you will know that I never play these games before starting the camera. So 7 blocks across here, 7 blocks across here, and 7 blocks down here. So I happen to know that this is the only square that is not seen by a 7, either this 7, or this 7, which intersect across and block any possibility of 7 appearing anywhere else except for this square. So that's something that we know. Okay, and that's how we play the game. We kind of work and work out the logic and see where numbers must go rather than where they can go. The can go is a possibility. Can go is also a hammer, isn't it? But anyway, let's continue and see if I can find anything else. I'm not doing this very quickly at the moment. That's okay, I guess. Okay, so let's look at this block here. Okay, now we can, before we do that, we're going to look at this block here. So 7 stops this square from being, this 7 stops this square from being 7, this 7 stops this square from being 7. So we know that 7 is in one of these 2 squares, which will block a lot across here. So there's no way that this square can be a 7. This 7 stops this square from being a 7, so these 2 squares are not allowed, and 7 up here and 7 up here means just that square there can be a 7. That's it. Today's level is described as medium. That can vary quite a lot, as can all classifications by the Guardian actually vary from very simple to quite complex. Okay, the 3 also blocks here. I noticed that the 7 and the 3 block here, and the 7 and the 3 block here. So this means 3 and 7 are both here. So now this is so if we imagine, okay, got it? 3 blocking here, 3 blocking here. So this is also it's either a 3 or a 7 in these squares. So the 3 will block across here, 3 will block across here, and the 3 will block up here. So we can in fact say that that is a 3. Now 3 blocking down here, 3 blocking down here, 3 blocking across here gives me a 3 there. Now we know that this is 3 or 7, right? Because we have 3 and 7 blocking here and here and here. And so the missing numbers in these 2 squares have to be 2 and 6, but this can't be 2. So we know that 2 must be in this square and 6 must be in this square. And now we can say 6 blocking across here, 6 blocking across here, 6 blocking down here. Give us a 6 there. under my chair, trying to do it silently and failing. So if that's what the squeaking is, I'm afraid. Okay, this row does not yet have a 5. We have a 5 blocking here and a 5 blocking here. So the 5 has to go there. The missing numbers up here are 8 and 9. But that doesn't help us much. Everything helps us a bit. Some things help a lot, some things help just a small amount. Everything helps slightly, I think, in the game of Sudoku. Okay, so now we have a 4 blocking down here and a 4 blocking across here. So this is a 4. We have a 2 blocking down here, so the 2's got to get here. This 4 blocks across here, 4 blocks across here. So 4 is in that square there. This 2 stops this square from being a 2. This 2 stops this square from being a 2. So in this row, 2 must appear in that square there. This 8 blocks this square from being an 8, so 8 must be here. And the last number that we need for this row is a 9. The last number that we need for this block is a 1. Five stops this square from being 5. This 5 stops this square from being a 5, so 5 must be here. Missing numbers are 6 and 9 in these two squares. We have a 6 blocking here, so we know the 6 is here and the 9 has to be there. We have 3 missing numbers along here, 2, 6 and 8. Any help? Well, 2 blocks there, 6 blocks there. The 8 we don't know, so can't say any more than that just yet. Okay, and the others, no, nothing much there. So we should probably investigate what's missing up here. That would seem the likeliest course to take next. Okay, and didn't find anything there. I looked and did not see. So what about what's missing up here? Missing numbers are, okay, this is 3 and what? 3 and 7, right? So 3 and 7, so the other missing number down here has got to be 8 in these squares here. Here we go, 8 blocking here, 8 blocking up here. Missed that one. As I fill that in now, okay. Okay, so we have 2 blocking down here, 2 blocking up here, and 2 blocking this square. So that gives me a 2 to place there. Now 2 down here, 2 up here, 2 across here, and 2 across here will give me a 2 to place here. Okay, if this is 3 and 7, when we look down here, we know that this square will also have to be 3 or 7. This is 3 or 7, 3, 7. This will also have to be 3 or 7 because it's the only other empty square here. We have a blocking 7, so we know immediately that's the 3, that's the 7, and that's the 3 down there. Let's make my 7 slightly better, otherwise it looks like a European 1. 7 blocking here. We don't yet have a 7 in this column, so 7 is there, and 8 is the last number that we need for that column. Now we can say 8 blocking down here, 8 blocking up here, 8 blocking this square, so 8's got to go there. This is interesting. 1, 4 and 9 are missing. We've got no intersecting 1s, 4s or 9s. That's very unusual for a medium game at this kind of stage. I'm not worried by it, but I'm just letting you know. Okay, so that means 1, 4, 9, so, and actually 4 is also missing from this row. We have an intersecting 4 here, intersecting 4 here. So we know the 4 is there actually. Four blocking here, 4 blocking up there. That's our 4 in that column. And 4 across here, 4 across here, and 4 up there. So that will give me a 4 to place here. And we can continue with 4s because 4 blocks up here, up here. That will give me a 4. One number to fill in this column. It's the first one that we search for, a 1. 1 stops this from being a 1. 9 is the last number that we need here now. So 5 stops this square from being 5, 5 blocks this square, 5's got to be here, one number missing across this top row now and in this chute, and that's a 9, so I'll put the 9 in. Now 9 blocking here, 9's got to go here, 7 is the last number that we need for that block. One number missing in this row, it's a 1. One number missing in this column, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 goes there. Okay, so the numbers to get here have to be 1 and 6. So this will be 1 or, if this is 1 or 6, this is 1 or 6. Same thing that I just mentioned. This will have to be 1 or 6, and it can't be a 1. So this is the 6, this is the 1, and this is the 6. Now, we mentioned before 8 and 9 are the missing numbers here, right? So what's missing up here? 1 is there, 2 there, and 5. Okay, 2 and 5 both block this square, so this has to be a 1. Okay, this is 8 and 9. 1, 2 and 5 are the missing numbers in the top row, but 2 and 5 both hit this square here. So it can't be 2, can't be 5, it's got to be 1. And now we say 1 blocking down here, 1 blocking down here, or 1 across here. Give me a 1 in that square there. Okay, so now the 5 blocking up here, 5 blocking across here. That gives me a 5 there. The last number to get here was a 2, wasn't it? I said 1, 2, or 5. And so now we've got 2 blocking down here, 2 blocking down here, 2 across here. Puts a 2 in that square there. Six blocking across here, 6 blocking down here, that's a 6. One number to get here. The missing number in this row is 8. Put that in. Now we've got this column, we've got one missing number. The missing number is 9, I believe. Okay, and that gives us an 8 to fill in here. 8 stops this square from being 8. 8 is there. 3 is the last number of that block. 3 blocks this square. 3 goes here. And the final number to fill in is a 9. 9s were a bit tough on that game. Okay, yeah, slightly more difficult than yesterday's easy game, which was also labelled as medium. So we'll look for the rather tougher stuff starting tomorrow, Thursday. Okay, but thank you for joining me for today's medium level Guardian Sudoku puzzle. And if you play the harder stuff, come back later. If you play the easy stuff, look on the channel for more easy games. There are lots of them up there. Okay, thank you. Bye bye. Oh, birds are saying goodbye too.